Heard it before, bigger isn't always better. Good things come in small packages, small but mighty. At Nakata Gallery in Portsmouth, little works of art prove a large canvas isn't needed to make a big impact. Twice a year, small masterpieces take center stage at the Downtown Gallery. Owner Deb Thompson says the biannual Enormous Tiny Art Show makes beautiful pieces of art accessible to everyone.
Like, great ideas always happen. I was in the shower and I thought, oh my gosh, I wonder if one way we could kind of help break down the barrier to people buying original art is to show just small work, really small work. You could see paintings, sculpture, you could see collage, you could see drawings, you could see embroidery. I mean, it's pretty vast.
The only rule? It has to be 10 by 10 by 10 inches, that is.
It's both geographically diverse in terms of who we work with, subject matter, price point. I mean, it used to be we used to cap the price, and now it's, you know, there's something like in the show that's $80 and there's something in the show that's $1,000. So it's this huge variety. And we have a pretty strong local contingent too, which is really wonderful because they bring their friends, they bring their communities in.
Stacy Durand is one of those local artists. By day, Stacy runs an art gallery in Exeter, but in her downtime, she transports people to new neighborhoods through her art.
My pieces are a little bit more abstracted in a way. They're still recognizable as buildings and as neighborhoods and streets, but they're neighborhoods and houses that aren't actually together in the real world. So I take them from different places. Yeah. A lot of it is just, you know, I like how these two houses look together. Or some of it just sort of happens, like I'll just have a stack of photos and I'll notice, like, hey, this is kind of cool. Like this sidewalk in front of this house sort of matches, you know, the line of the stairs in this house, or the shingles on this house, you know, from Portsmouth, like match up perfectly with the shingles on this house in Newmarket, and I'll just sort of put them together.
She has been a part of the Enormous Tiny Art Show since the beginning. The lover of straight lines, doesn't always work small, but enjoys the challenge.
I really enjoy working small. You know, I've worked larger, but I really enjoy the smaller pieces. I can, you know, you can experiment a lot more and finish them a little quicker. I like creating them, and I like it when people, you know, find something in it, in one of the pieces that speaks to them, and, you know, they take it home. I mean, really, it's what you like. You know, you can like something and not know why. You can try to figure out why, but it really just comes down to finding something that speaks to you. And I think when the Tiny Art Show has so many different artists, I mean, you can go in there and anyone can be like, oh, I like that, or that speaks to me, or that's really creative.
From architectural collage to a world of whimsy, Kim Ferreira is a Portsmouth artist who invites you into a fantasy world with her latest series.
This new series with the animals is something that happened about 1.5 years ago. It started when I had my little girl.
When asked to describe this series, she admits it sounds a little odd, but her creatures are flying off to new homes and connecting with art lovers all over the globe.
Anthropomorphic woodland critters who are sort of enjoying the small things that I enjoy in life, and a lot of the backdrops are inspired by Rococo paintings, and so they're very sort of fanciful, idyllic scenes of the forest. I actually have this rule for myself. If an animal can't, like, anatomically do something, like a wolf, I would never paint a wolf holding a glass of wine or riding a bicycle, because they can't do those things, which is silly because I know that a squirrel can't knit a sweater, but like, it seems like he could, you know? They're definitely coming from a place of joy for me. I'm in a really great place in my life right now, and I'm really happy, and it's sort of a celebration of all these things.
Kim is an enormous tiny art regular, and as a former gallery owner herself, loves how the tiny art brings in people from all backgrounds, not afraid or intimidated by the idea of purchasing original pieces.
It was just so great to have work that was accessible to people and to see so many different types of work by artists from all over together in one space at one time.
As enormous tiny art grows, so does the list of artists and art buyers wanting to be a part of it all.
Some of our best clients we've never met, which is just a wild thing. They live in DC, they live in California, they live in New York. And we also have a lot of first-time buyers in this show, both online and in person, where this is their first ever piece of art. They're maybe 20-something, or they're sometimes 50-something. But they have seen it, they can relate to it, they have a visceral reaction to it that's positive, and they say, I can do this, I'm not afraid to make this purchase.
It's not easy to get one of the coveted spots on the wall, but Deb and her team are determined to continue to bring in a diverse crop that spark joy and have something for everyone.
We're looking for something we don't already have. We're looking for something that sparks something in us that makes us feel compelled, that makes us feel interested.